because no one can remove anything from the Book of Allah.
Do you guys have a degree in Arabic?
You don't need a degree. This is basic Arabic.
Excuse me.
Because you guys.
Wait, so what does the Arabic? Hold on, wait. So you tell us, what does the Arabic mean? You tell us, what does it mean?
Okay, so this is what it's saying.
Okay, yeah.
No one can remove a word from the books of Allah, meaning no one can erase Allah's original revelation from his
No, that's not what it says.
That's not
Read what it says.
That's a contradiction. That's a contradiction. You're saying that it can remove from the original words, but I mean, like, you're saying that the original was distorted and corrupted. So which is it?
Today on the Circus of Contradictions, we've got a Muslim brother who came locked and loaded with Surah 2 verse 79 and convinced it proves the Bible is corrupted. But instead of shooting down Christianity, he somehow shot himself in the foot 3 times, while David Wood, Jai, and DOC just sat there handing him the bullets. Grab your popcorn, because this one goes from theology to comedy real fast.
So what if I say that it's a false dilemma because the Qur'an never affirms the current corrupted versions of the Bible, but only the original revelations given to Moses, Jesus, and others?
I would show you that out of the 18 Masadic verses, there are 6 of them that explicitly mention the scriptures held by the people of the book, that being the Christians and the Jews, at the time of Muhammad in the 7th century.
Can you please tell me the verses?
Yeah,
Surah
so you got
157 is one. Surah 7.
Let's go slowly, please.
Sure. So let's go with 289 is one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 289. Okay.
291.
Yeah.
447.
447.
Yeah.
I believe 41 as well. 241.
Well, let's start with let's slowly start with 289 and 291. So,
sure.
From my understanding, those verses show that when the book came to them, confirming what they already knew, they rejected it out of arrogance. But this doesn't mean the Quran affirms the corrupted versions they had.
No, it says confirming what was with them.
Mm-hmm.
So what was
really?
with the crews and the... Yeah, that's in the Arabic transliteration, confirming what was with them, and that's in 289.
Okay. Could I explain the phrase? So the phrase "what was with them" refers to the remnants of the original revelation.
Where does he say that?
So
where does he say he's referring to remnants?
The Quran says in Surah 279, "Who to those who write the book with their own hands."
Okay,
and,
so hang on. Just to clarify, if I write a book with my own hands, that means that all other books have been corrupt. What are you talking about? If I write a book with my hand right now, matter of fact, let's suppose I write a book right now and I call it and I say this is the matter of fact. Let's say I just write something right now and I say this is the Quran. Jesus is Lord. Have I corrupted the Quran? Is the Quran corrupted?
If you falsely claim your written is divine revelation and mix it with the original, you corrupted the scripture.
Okay, so I've corrupted the Quran. You would agree that now that you just agreed that the Quran has been corrupted.
No,
I just said that this is the Quran, and this
it's a piece of paper I can see.
Yeah, I know. So I just said that this is the Quran.
Yeah, but that's not the Quran. The Quran is preserved by mass.
That's our point.
Neither what's happening in 279.
So any false addition you make is instantaneously rejected.
Yeah, you're saying that 279, which by the way is the only verse in the Quran you can even point to that even sounds like it's talking about changing a book, as long as you don't read the entire context, as long as you don't read what comes before it and read what comes after.
I've studied it. I could explain it.
No. Yeah. That's the only verse that even sounds like it's talking about a book. And what does it say? Woe to those who write the book with their own hands and then say this is from Allah. So if you're saying that someone doing that, someone writing something and saying this is from Allah, means that the book all over the planet has been corrupted, one, we think that sounds completely insane to us. And to illustrate that, I say, okay, if I write something and I say this is from Allah, which is that's what that verse is condemning, writing something and saying this is from Allah. Now, guess what? You could condemn that. So you could condemn me for saying that I wrote something and said this is the Quran. You could condemn me for that, which is what the Quran is saying. But if you say, therefore, I did this, I wrote something and said it's the book, therefore the book has been corrupted. If you're saying that, then you're forced to say that the Quran has been corrupted, because I just did exactly what the Quran says.
Could you please explain 279 for me?
He just did.
Yeah, I just did.
He just went to the whole explanation for
Surah 2 verse 79. Here's the big problem. You can go to a bunch of different Muslim commentaries and get a bunch of different Muslim explanations as to what that is about. You have Muslim commentaries that say this is about someone writing something in addition to the Torah and passing it off as if it's the Torah. So this would be something like the Talmud. You're writing commentaries on something, but you're treating those commentaries as if they're the Torah. So you have those kinds of commentaries. You'll have the only ones that talk about textual, like changing the text, say that either that some Jews wrote a false prophecy about the coming prophet to throw people off the track and actually like put that in the Torah, or they wrote something just down on paper like this and said, hey guys, this is what the Torah says. This is what the Torah says about the prophet, and you can see it doesn't line up with Muhammad. So you have that sort of criticism. Then you have other things that say like Jews were writing blessings and selling them, like they're giving Jewish blessings and selling them and things like that. And that's why it says a small price. But that's kind of an issue. None of your commentators can agree on what this is even talking about, and most of the interpretations wouldn't involve corrupting the actual text. And so we would be inclined to say, if the verses before it say that Allah is confirming what they have, and just 6 verses later, Allah says, if you only believe in parts and not all of it, I'll send you to hell. And then you have all these other verses after it where he says, he's confirming what you have, he's confirming what you have, he's confirming what you have. We would go with an interpretation that doesn't contradict everything else Allah says in his entire book. So we'd give an interpretation that is consistent. Whereas, in other words, we would go to the clear verses, and if we have an ambiguous verse, what does this mean? Is this talking about actual changing a copy of the Torah? Is it talking about writing another book in addition to the Torah? What is this talking about? Muslim commentators can't even agree. So we'd say, okay, that verse is ambiguous. Let's go with the clear verses and use those to interpret the unclear verse. That's standard, whether you're talking about the Bible, the Quran. That's a fundamental rule of interpreting scriptures. Don't throw out the clear for the sake of the unclear. You use the clear, go with the clear, and use those to interpret unclear verses. So when we're going to this, all the clear verses are in our favor. Muslims only point to the most a tremendously ambiguous verse, and they give it an interpretation that doesn't make sense of the rest of the chapter, let alone the rest of the book. And we just think that's a very sloppy methodology.
Okay. So I have a response, but the clear verses like 275, 513, another one.
None of those
541.
None of those verses are
Please.
those. You just pointed out the most ambiguous verses in the Quran.
Interrupt me. It's subjective. You're saying ambiguous doesn't mean it's ambiguous. But
ambiguous
means it's open to multiple interpretations.
I know.
279 is for a fact is open to multiple interpretations, because we can give you 10 different interpretations just from your own commentators. Same thing with 275. Same thing with 513. The problem is it's not clear if it's. You could interpret it as changing a text, but you could also interpret it as people just misrepresenting and distorting it what they teach, which is what 378 teaches. So that's what we're saying. You guys go to the most ambiguous verses, you insert the meaning you want, which is not what it says, and by doing so, you contradict all of the clear verses, which affirm the inspiration, preservation, and authority of our text.
Yeah,
so it's just terrible methodology.
David, could I finish my answer
go ahead,
without you interrupting? All right. So, like I said, we have 513, 541 that directly say some Jews distorted the words of Allah. So, using clear verses to interpret 279 actually proves textual corruption. It's not
dude, how are you not getting this? You just said it says they distort it. Yes. How? 378 tells you how they distort it. They distort it with their speech. Dude, the actual condemnation of Jews and Christians in your scriptures is not that we change our scriptures. It's that we don't follow our scriptures. It's that we distort the meaning, we misinterpret, we misrepresent, we even lie about our scriptures. It's never we've corrupted our scriptures. And so when you go to verses and say, aha, here it says they distort the scriptures. Yes, it does say that. And 378 tells you how. And if you're saying, no, when it says distort, I'm just going to say, even though you could interpret it either way, I'm going to say it means changing the text, even though Allah never once says we're changing the text. And everything he says only makes sense if he's talking about uncorrupted text that we have. So
it's quite funny. Do you know 513? You've skipped 513. Do you know what 513 is?
You mentioned 513.
I mentioned 513.
What does it say? It says يحرفون الكلام عن مواضعه. So they distort the words.
Excuse me. Do you know what يحرفون الكلام عن مواضعه is?
Yes. I was about to give the translation.
Okay, changing the words from their places.
No, that means they
And
distort the words from their
مواضعه.
places.
What does مواضعه
No, I
mean?
don't trust you. I trust Ibn Abbas. That's what Ibn Abbas
I've got
says.
Ibn
I don't
Abbas in
trust a
front of me.
random lady.
Do you know Arabic or not?
I am a Moroccan, so I know Arabic.
You're Moroccan. Okay. Do you know what mawda means?
I know what mawadi means.
Yeah. What does it mean?
It means the place or position.
Thank you. So now you trust me because you agree with me. So they change the words from their places. Does that mean the places are known or not known?
No. In this context,
Dude, I'm asking you a question. Answer me. If I change if I change a cup from its place, does that mean it was already in its place?
Yes.
It was already in its place.
Yes, the places
That
were
means
known.
that means it has to be with the mouth. That's why in another place in the Quran it says يحرفون الكلمة عن مواضعه ليا بألسنتهم. It says that in another place.
No,
It does say. Don't say no. It's from the Quran. It
lady,
says,
I don't trust you. I trust Ibn Abbas. What does Ibn
Okay,
Abbas say about this verse?
Ibn Abbas doesn't say what you're saying, though. Ibn
It
Abbas
doesn't.
says what we're saying.
Do you want me to pause it? Do you want us to put
I didn't even finish what I wanted to say for you to
put
say
it on
that.
the screen? No. Do you want us to put Ibn Abbas on the screen?
Yeah, I could give you a source.
Okay, so you're saying that you have a quote from Ibn Abbas on chapter 5, verse 13?
Let's go.
Is that what you're claiming?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, great. So what's the commentary?
So wait, let me pull it up. Yeah.
Okay, so you don't have it.
No, I'm currently pulling it up.
Okay, so you don't have it. I asked you if you had it. You don't have it. So you can look it up if it exists. Let us know where you're going to go to.
The tafsir of Ibn Abbas, yeah.
What tafsir? There's no tafsir of Ibn Abbas. Which commentary are you going to?
Ibn Abbas?
Which commentary is Ibn Abbas in? You're going to?
Do you know?
I want to, because I don't think he knows what he's talking about. Maybe you sound young. I know you're a little excited. Maybe you're getting.
I'm not excited at all.
Okay, just take a second. So you think that Ibn Abbas comments on 5:13? Which commentary quotes Ibn Abbas on 5:13? And he says what you're saying.
Oh wait, I'm in altafsir.com. Could you please just give me 1 second?
Okay.
Okay. So you said something without knowing, and now you're going to check if it's there.
No. I seen it.
You said I trust Ibn Abbas. I don't trust you.
Okay.
You said I trust Ibn Abbas. I don't trust you. So we want to see what Ibn Abbas said on chapter 5, verse 13.
But that's gonna take a lot of time.
So wait. Why did you say you trust Ibn Abbas? Okay, if you don't have it in front of you, what does your memory tell you that Ibn Abbas said about 5:13? Just give us a rough paraphrase of what you think he said.
So from memory, Ibn Abbas explained that they distort the words from their places as changing both the wording and the meaning. Which is why classes of tafsirs like At-Tabari and Al-Qurtubi also mention both the textual and interpretive corruption.
Not textual. If I change something's meaning when I'm talking about it, that's not textual.
So we'll show you what Ibn Abbas said. Okay. So if you want to pull up your commentary, you can go to Al-Tabari for chapter. Sorry, not Al-Tabari. Go to Ibn Kathir, Tafsir Ibn Kathir, for chapter 3, verse 78. Okay, 3, verse 78, and we'll show you what exactly did Ibn Abbas say. Scroll down.
Oops. Okay, we'll just scroll up to show that it's Ibn Kathir. You see that here?
Tafsir Ibn Kathir. See? Right.
Okay.
Now, we're going to go to Ibn Abbas. Now, you said you trust Ibn Abbas. Great. Good. Let's see what Ibn Abbas said.
أنهم يحرفون, they distort. ويزيدون, and they add. وليس أحد, and no one من خلق الله, from the creation of Allah, يزيل, removes, لفظ كتاب الله, a wording from the book of any books of Allah. You see that?
Yes. What does that mean?
But لكنهم يحرفون, they distort it. What does it mean, these two dots? Meaning يتأولونه على غير تأويله. They give it a meaning different to its meaning.
In other words, they misinterpret it. They don't change the actual text or the actual words. They misinterpret it. So that's what Ibn Abbas actually said.
You should know Laysa. You're Moroccan, but you should know Laysa.
No, I know Laysa.
Yeah, Laysa means no. No one. Laysa ahad.
Laysa ahad.
No one can change the wording from a book from the books of Allah.
And
what's wrong? What's wrong with that?
No, there's nothing wrong with it. The point is, he tells you what does it mean to corrupt. He tells you it means what corrupting means is to misinterpret. That's what it means. It doesn't mean like how David was showing you how he has a piece of paper and then someone else takes that piece of paper and they change the words. No, it's taking that piece of paper that David has and someone misinterprets it. They don't change the words, they misinterpret the words. So that's what Ibn Abbas said. He said that it's not possible to do the type of corruption that you're talking about. The only corruption that's possible is, for example, like we're all talking about the Qur'an right now. And one of us is misinterpreting the Qur'an, right? We can't both be right. One of us is misinterpreting the Qur'an. But you wouldn't say you wouldn't say therefore the Quran is corrupt, right? Because one of us is misinterpreting it, correct?
Yeah, but the tafsir literally says removes the wording from the book of Allah.
Yes, it says no one can remove.
No one can remove.
إنهم يحرفون ويزيدون.
Yes, but keep reading on because he explains what does it mean to corrupt.
Do you see these two dots here?
What is wa? What is wa?
And
what is wa?
Yeah.
What does wa do in sentences?
Yeah, but you have to keep reading.
Yeah, we have to keep reading. So I can add in my interpretation something. So what? It doesn't mean I put it in the book. How do we know?
Because he goes on
because
and
it says Laysa ahad, no one from Allah's creation can change something, can remove something in the book of Allah
from those books. Then it goes on to say, but what do? They corrupt according to the interpretation. They misinterpret it.
And that's what it means to change the words from their places. يحرفون الكلمة عن مواضعه. It means the places are known, but when they come to interpret it to the people, يتأول means to interpret to the people, they change the things from their places when they talk to them. Because no one, ليس أحد, no one can remove anything from the book of Allah.
Do you guys have a degree in Arabic?
You don't need a degree. This is basic Arabic.
Excuse me.
I'm going to explain to you because you guys.
Wait. So what does the Arabic? Hold on, wait. So you tell us what does the Arabic mean? You tell us what does it mean?
Okay. So this is what it's saying.
Okay. Yeah.
No one can remove a word from the books of Allah, meaning no one can erase Allah's original revelation from his
No, that's not what it says.
That's not
read what it says.
That's a contradiction.
Read what
That's a contradiction. You're saying that it can remove from the original words, but I mean, like, you're saying that the original was distorted and corrupted. So which is it? You're contradicting yourself. The originals were corrupted. Now you're saying they can't remove from the original. Yes, it is.
Allah's preserved record in the Lawh al-Mahfuz. Can't be changed.
What does it say?
People can alter the words in their earthly copies.
Does it say Lawh Mahfuz here? Can you show me where it says Lawh Mahfuz?
I'm talking about his arguments.
Okay, but wait a minute. You just asked us if we have degrees in Arabic. So that means that you were saying something that's incorrect according to the Arabic. So go to the Arabic. I don't know what you were doing earlier, but you weren't translating. Translate what it says for the people so that everyone can know what it means.
Yeah, let's go on.
With your degree in Arabic or whatever you have.
Yeah, let's go word by word.
I don't have a degree in Arabic. I'm actually a humble man.
Okay, so you don't know the Arabic. So how are you going to tell us that we're wrong?
Wait,
Excuse me. Do you go to a Chinese person and ask them, do you have a Chinese degree?
Let me answer.
Yeah, no. Do you go to a Chinese person and ask them, do you have a Chinese degree?
You need a degree in Arabic.
This is not complicated. This is not complicated
correctly.
Arabic.
The word in Arabic is not English.
This is not, dude. This is not complicated Arabic. What is the alternative meaning?
Okay, tell me which word is complicated, and we'll go left.
You said to translate it. Let me translate it.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. But I thought I thought you were too humble to translate. So which one is it?
So here's the thing. Every time Muslims bring up Surah 2, 79, or 513, they think it's a smoking gun. But when you actually read the tafsirs, even Ibn Abbas says, no one can change the words of Allah in any book. That's the exact opposite of what they claim. And think about the logic here. If writing a commentary or a side note equals textual corruption, then David Wood's little paper stunt means he just corrupted the Quran. See how absurd that is? You can't have it both ways. The truth is, this isn't about corrupted scripture. It's about misusing verses without context and then panicking when someone actually knows Arabic. And our guy, he went from trust Ibn Abbas's to do you even have a degree faster than Usain Bolt. The man literally tried to debate a native Arabic speaker by gatekeeping Arabic. Bruh. So, the next time someone tells you the Bible is corrupted because Surah 2 verse 79, just remember, what they're really saying is, they never read their own tafsirs. And if your entire argument collapses the second someone reads the Arabic out loud, maybe it's not the Bible that's corrupted. Maybe it's your argument.